testing water, cleaning, and guarding the deck. Kyle Lowe, in the area of outdoor recreation placement. Kyle works 40 hours per week at the Sibley Municipal Pool, managing water chemicals, working concessions, and guarding the deck. Sarah Egging, in the area of outdoor recreation, children activities placement. Sarah Egging is going on her 4th summer as a lifeguard at the Sibley Municipal Pool, where she teaches private and public lessons. Megan Block, outdoor recreation, hospitality services. Megan currently maintains 8 hotel rooms at the American in Sibley, averaging 7 hours per week. Parker Daigle, in the area of poultry service and repair replacement. Working 6 hours at D&H Poultry, Parker completed over 1,000 hours in 2015. Jada. Alex McDougall, small animal production and care entrepreneurship. This past summer, Alex spent 25 hours per week working on obedience and walking 3 dogs. Gannon Atherton, sheep production, management, and care placement. Along with mowing, Gannon also raised and cared for 25 sheep. Haley Woolman, in the area of swine production, entrepreneurship. Every April, Haley buys 3 to 4 pigs to show at the county fair. At the end of the summer, she decides which to breed and which to sell. Colin Nadeepan, in the area of swine production and placement. Colin manages 6 barns and 6,400 hogs at a time for Van Diepen Farms.
Tim LaVoy, swine production placement. Tim cares for 4 barns and 400 hogs doing chores, sorting, and vaccinating. Tyler Woolman, swine production, management, and care placement. Every summer, Tyler is responsible for caring for his 6 show pigs. He spends time daily feeding, watering, and training them. Emma Gilpin, swine production, farrowing, management, and placement. Emma averages 45 hours a week in the summer breeding sows, farrowing, and filling out paperwork. Hunter DeYoung, swine production, farrowing services, placement. Hunter cares for his family's swine operation, farrowing, vaccinating, feeding, and breeding approximately 700 sows. Braden Bruxworth, swine production services, placement. Braden averages 45 hours a week in the summer working for JV Farms caring for hogs. Haley Rosenthal, swine production service and care placement. Haley assists her dad in caring for over 4,000 hogs. She does chores, sorts, and loads the hogs. John Lee Johnson, turf grass management entrepreneurship. In partnership with Peyton, John Lee is responsible for the mowing the lawns and removing snow for 5 residents. Thomas Taylor, lawn care services placement. Tommy's been responsible for the care and management of 4 lawns for the past 4 summers. Jacob Wheatsma, lawn care and management placement. Jacob cares for 6 lawns every summer, working more than 15 hours a week. Dalton Marco, lawn care and landscape management placement. Dalton mows and trims, collects trimmings, rakes leaves for 8 different residents, making over $3,000 in 2015. Cody Howe, lawn services placement. In 2015, Cody worked over 200 hours mowing and trimming lawns. Let's give our proficiency winners one more round of applause.
Okay, if I could get Josie DeNoble, Tanner Dykstra, Grant Brower, Kelsey Kenninger, Tim Ingram, John Lee Johnson, Caleb Helmers, Madeline Seiler, Cody Dykstra, Emma Cosgrove, Dalton Marco, Michaela Block, Gannon Atherton, Austin Dreesen, Haley Roseman, Thomas Doden, Cody Dykstra, Alex McDougall, and Tristan Kramer. Please come to the side of the stage. Each year, in addition to the Proficiency Awards, we like to recognize outstanding freshmen and outstanding seniors for their contributions. When I look at these freshmen, I've encouraged every single one of my freshman students to run for chapter office in the future. The opportunities that these students get in FFA, I feel, are not offered almost anywhere else in the school. When you look at the community service opportunities they have done, the different events such as this production is pretty well all put on by the students. There's a lot of life skills that extend well beyond the careers and fields of agriculture. So I've encouraged all the freshmen to apply for chapter office in the future. The first award I'd like to go ahead and start off with is going to be the FFA Eagle Award. This award recognizes individuals who are very keen at spotting opportunities to lead silently. In fact, they often step up to the plate and begin helping out before even being asked to do so. These individuals seek the benefit of the FFA far more than they seek to be recognized. This year's recipients of the FFA Eagle Award are Michaela Block and Gannon Appleton. The next award is the Blue and Gold Award. This award is for members who have greatly exemplified the many positive characteristics of the FFA organization. They are natural leaders by staying true to the blue of the organization and the gold, and that they are always there to motivate others. Their energy and humor is certainly contagious to everyone around them. Please help me in congratulating Tim Ingram and John Lee Johnson. The next award is the FFA Attitude Award. This award recognizes members who are very keen or are very positive about the FFA organization. They have great goals and strive to accomplish all the opportunities available in FFA. They will be the first to tell you about the many benefits FFA membership has bestowed upon them already. They also positively encourage those around them. This year's recipients are Caleb Helmers and Maddie Seiler. Okay, the Freshman FFA Achievement Award. This award recognizes 2 freshmen who have gone above and beyond status quo. They see a goal and they push themselves as hard as they possibly can to accomplish it. They are also very willing to help those around them accomplish their goals, whether it's mastering the FFA creed or other class projects. They push their peers to strive for excellence, always. Please help me in congratulating Emma Cosgrove and Dalton Marco. The FFA Rising Star Award. This award recognizes a guy and a gal who are quieter but have incredible talents. And they have a very keen detail, or they're very detail-oriented, and the ability to quietly lead their class. These strengths, though quiet, radiate throughout the class and have a great effect. This year's recipients include Grant Brower and Kelsey Kenninger. Outstanding Freshman Leaders. This award recognizes individuals who are bold and willing to step up and lead, whether it's speaking out in front of their class or in front of a large group of people at contests. These individuals are not easily intimidated. Their confidence enables others to overcome fears and to excel in the CDEs they participate in. This year we have Tanner Dykstra and Josie Knoble. We have the Outstanding Freshman SAE Program Award. Each year we recognize a few individuals who have invested a great deal of time into their SAEs. These individuals have an excellent SAE and have great visions to expand their project through their time in the FFA. This year's first recipient worked over 550 hours with his parents' farming and transportation operation. The second individual helps her family with their hogs and raises her own chickens, which were featured at this year's FFA Petting Zoo. Please help me congratulate Austin Dreesen and Haley Rosenbaum. And the last award I've got is our Star Green Hand Award. Because of the size of our chapter, a tradition has been set to recognize 2 guys and 2 gals who have demonstrated significant accomplishments during their first year in the FFA. These accomplishments include SAE development, scholastic achievement, excellence in career development participation, and their ability to lead and serve as role models, as well as in their personal character. This year's recipients include, for the guys, Thomas Doden and Cody Dykstra. and Evan Mells, please to report to the side of the stage.
Living to serve. It's the last and most important line of the 12-word FFA motto. As members go through high school, each are called to give back to their community. Each year, we recognize a couple of members who have gone above and beyond serving, not only fellow members, but the chaplain, but also our community as a whole. This year's recipients invested countless hours behind the scenes, serving the chapter, oftentimes without recognition. They often took the least desirable tasks and completed the job at hand with genuine smiles. These two are always served the chapter. Please help me in congratulating Sarah Amy and Malia Doty as their Star in Chapter Service Award. Next, we will award our Star in Chapter Agri Entrepreneurship. Some of the most influential people in the world were entrepreneurs who not only had a vision for a new product or niche in market, but also the energy to see their vision through. These people also have the drive to grow and excel those who they work with. This year's recipients invested many hours with their show livestock. She also had a great passion for egg education. Let's congratulate Haley Woolman as this year's recipient. Star in Agricultural Placement. I've always admired a hard work ethic, especially when it goes hand in hand with positive attitude. This individual almost always has a huge smile in the egg department. His hard work ethic and willingness to jump right in to help with any project enabled him to take on numerous responsibilities at his job. For his SAE, he worked nearly 1,800 hours at D&H Poultry throughout the last 4 years. Please help me congratulate Evan Mells. Chapter Star Farmer. I don't think anyone can better capture the definition of the word farmer than the late Paul Harvey. Whether you heard it during the Dodge commercial on the Super Bowl in 2013 or during his on-air Rest of the Story series, he eloquently defined many aspects of a farmer's life, including, as even Tiffany noted, the joys and discomforts. This member owned cattle through his years of FFA membership, in addition to working with Keith Seltzer's cattle operation. This year's Chapter Star Farmer recipient is Adam Ackerman.
Okay, for this award, it's the DeKalb Leadership Award. The tradition of this award started many years ago as part of a scholarship for outstanding graduating FFA members throughout America's heartland. Since then, the funding has been discontinued for the scholarship. However, chapters continue to recognize those who have gone above and beyond. Tonight, we'll recognize two individuals, one guy and one gal, who have greatly influenced not only their chapter, but also everyone they have interacted with. First, we'll recognize the lady. Serving as a chapter officer for the past 2 years, this lady has a very keen ability to analyze every single new endeavor this chapter was proposing. She carefully considered each detail and provided priceless suggestions to guide our group to success. She constantly worked in the background, organizing events, scrapbooking, and writing countless thank yous to those who have helped our chapter. Please help me congratulate Mackenzie Wolter. The gentleman to receive the DeKalb Award is a quiet leader. Though he never did serve as a chapter officer, he was constantly around, serving the FFA in every way possible. When I first came to Sibley Chief, this man was constantly reminding me about upcoming events so that nothing was forgotten. He offered to completely manage the test plot so that I could focus on building other areas of the chapter. Through the years, he frequently took on more responsibility than a student should have been asked to do so. Please help me congratulate Adam Ackerman. Vickery.
Can I have the officers and Lori join me on stage? In our lives, we all have that one person we can go to. Whether we need help with something, somebody to talk to, or advice on what to do. In the ag room, we are fortunate enough to have the same kind of person. Lori is always willing to lend her helping hand in whatever challenge we face. If we need information from the newspaper, Lori has it. If we need something printed, Lori has our back. We can't thank Lori enough for all she has done. The members, officers, Gallup, and Fox keep Lori on her toes, but we decided we wanted her to have a comfortable seat. So we bought her this officer chair. Lori, we didn't know how to talk the last 2 years. I mean, a coffee maker and a space heater. Although this is just a small token of our appreciation, we want to give a sincere thank you because I think we can all agree our jobs wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you, Lori. I now call forward Daniel.
I'd like Mr. Fox to come to the side of the stage, please. Mr. Fox, even though you joined us halfway through the year, you have shown not just the officers, but the chapter that you are capable of doing great things with our chapter. Whenever I needed help, you were always there to advise me and add a little humor about everything that we did. Whether it was coming up with material for classes that go through the year as well as learning stuff for mechanics a couple days before you teach it. In my opinion, you are doing a wonderful job so far and hope that you improve every year that passes while you are with us. All of this has shown me that you were willing to put in the work while having fun with it. I have no doubt in my mind that you were the perfect choice for our second ag instructor. I hope that you will be with the chapter for many years to come. And I have one more thing that I would like you to remember going forward. Remember not to apply too much pressure while you are shaving your head. During officer retreat, you had a decent-sized cut on your head and you walked around with a hat most of the time. Thanks again for making this year a great experience for me and the chapter. And each year the officer team comes up with an advisor gift. Since you haven't been with us for very long, we didn't know what you needed, so we decided to get you this sign from your school alumni as our appreciation. I now call forward Colby Wagner.
I need Mr. Gallup out here. Speaking on behalf of the entire team, I think we can all agree that these past 3 or 4 years that we have been involved in FFA include some of our best memories that we'll ever have in our lives. Whether it's going on a trip with us or spending late nights in the ag room, you have always been there for all of us. You have pushed us all to be a better person, and we'll be forever grateful for that. And of course, there were times that we just want to tell you to shut up. Your advice always turned out for the better. Like you would continuously drill me when practicing for a speech, but it always turned out better than when I started. I'd like to thank you for not only being an advisor, but also a friend that would drop anything just to listen to me blow your steam off. I will always be grateful for the life lessons you have taught me. No matter where life takes you now in the future, I know that I will always be able to do your advice. The officer and I put a lot of time thinking about what to get you for a while. For other, we were pretty stumped about what to get you. There was one thing that kept on creeping back into our minds. You had always had a passion for your South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Even though you'd buy a sweater and then return it 2 weeks later, just to see if you liked it. As a small token of appreciation, we made you this sign.
Backstage, I was trying to yawn to get my eyes to moisten up so I could see again. And now I wish I probably wouldn't have done that. This has been an incredible year working with this officer team. We had some tough times going through it, but we knew no matter what we were going to. They took on the incredible task of following last year's team, wondering how they were going to make a big impact on this chapter. They often had said, we need to do something great. We need to do something to be proud of, as that was the theme they chose to mark their year of service to not only this chapter, but to the school and also to the communities of Osceola County. Looking back, I don't think they realized the impact that they had on this chapter. When I look at their accomplishments, they developed newsletters for the Ag expansion. They created a Gallon Challenge scholarship for anyone who donates 1 gallon of blood during their high school career. They pulled off a blood drive in less than 24 hours. They helped reintroduce the second Ag teacher to the program. They represented our chapter extremely well on a phenomenal officer retreat down in Omaha. And I think everyone in this crowd can think of something else huge they had done, in addition to all the middle school nights. And I will personally say, those were a nightmare. The amount of work that went into organizing them, and then trying to shepherd middle schoolers around the school when we had big animals in that we're not used to having, their list of accomplishments just goes on and on. And I'm going to forever remember working with you. The first officer to recognize tonight is Jill Bergman. Jill, you've always had an open mind and a can-do attitude. You did a great job organizing the blood drive, and we appreciate all of your animals that you brought in for the various middle school nights.
Jill, it's been a pleasure getting to know you more this past semester. You were a huge help organizing the petting zoo and Give a Go fundraiser. I truly appreciate your willingness to step in when needed. Next, Megan Block. Megan, no matter what the project, you always seem to have a smile on your face that was truly infectious. I truly appreciate your positive attitude and willingness to help out. Thank you for the time you put in organizing different activities this past semester.
Megan, it was great working with you. You did a phenomenal job not only organizing the middle school night, but also presenting at the one that you had organized. And you were also a phenomenal asset on the Gallon Challenge organization. Thank you for your service. Our next officer, Daniel DeBoer. Daniel, your greatest strength on this team was keeping them together. Whenever we had someone new, you made them feel welcome and part of the chapter. That was your greatest strength, and that was the most priceless strength.
Daniel, I got to know you from trap shooting on weekends long before I started in the Ag department. It's awesome to watch you take that same focus and apply it to different projects you worked on this semester. Matt Nag. Matt, I truly appreciate your willingness to jump in and help without a second thought. Even as you got busier and busier with wrestling and everything else, you were still quick to take on extra tasks as needed.
Matt, you were always there to help, whether it was summer, during another person's class, the different teacher, or on the weekend. You were always willing to take your dad's truck and help out whenever possible. Thank you. Jacob Schultz. Your smile and energy are absolutely contagious. Backstage, when I was panicking because the mics weren't working, you're back there smiling, saying, hey, it'll all work out.
Jacob, when I first met you, I thought you were kind of a wild card. I still do. I never quite know where you're going with what and how you're going to do it, but you always seem to work out. I hope you carry that adaptability and attitude as you carry over with you as you serve as the Northwest District Sentinel this next year. Next is Jocelyn Chapman. Josie, it seems like every time I look at you, you have a smile on your face. I appreciate your upbeat attitude. Even as things got more and more hectic, you never let that smile fade.
Josie, I always enjoyed your light-hearted humor and to make any situation hilarious. You got our team to laugh no matter what situation we were going through. And thank you for posting so many pictures on Facebook so the community knew what we were up to. Ryan Vickery. Ryan, it was great working with you this past year. No matter how stressful, you always kept your chin up and you always were working in the ag department. I appreciate your work on the sponsor supper and the parade float that you did this past summer.
Ryan, it has been awesome to see the passion and drive you have in seeing this organization succeed. I appreciate all the extra hours that you put in working on the scrapbook and leadership events in the ag group. Colby Wagner. Colby, I could always count on you to give any project or event you were working on 110%. You were always willing to go the extra mile without complaint. I look forward to you taking that same attitude into your year of service as the Northwest District Treasurer.
Colby, it was great working with you. The part that I admire most is your humility. I don't think I ever once heard you refer to yourself as the chapter president. You did a great job working with your entire team, and I look forward to seeing what you're going to do with the Northwest District. Thomas Silstrup, your spontaneous personality has been absolutely priceless to work with this past year. We could always count on you making us laugh, and I also appreciate all the work you did organizing the plasma can files, which were definitely a nightmare until you took over.
Thomas, I admire your work ethic. When you latch onto a project, you just go. You've been a huge help to me this semester as I've been trying to learn the plasma canning system. And I thank you for your patience. Sarah Digging. Sarah, I appreciate your positive attitude and dedication. Even when you were super busy, you were still able to prioritize and get everything that needed to be done done.
Sarah, it was great working with you these past 2 years. From band to choir to tech and then FFA, I honestly don't know how you got everything done that you did. And then to go serve not only locally, but in a foreign country during your busiest year of high school. I appreciate your work on the canned food drive. Mackenzie Walter. Mackenzie, the past 2 years have been great. You are incredibly dedicated, and no matter how little time was left or how crazy my ideal was, you always said yes and jumped into leading the event. As long as it served others, you said yes. And you pulled off a blood drive in less than 24 hours.
Mackenzie, I truly appreciate your willingness to always step up to the task. Whenever asked to take on one more responsibility, you always agreed without complaining. Keep your attitude and work ethic as you continue through life in the good life. And I call Sarah. And I call Sarah and Mackenzie to the podium.
And now, what you've all been waiting for. It is our pleasure to introduce the new officer team for the 2016-2017 school year. Can we have the new officer team move to the side?
2016-2017 historian, Nicole Lowe.
Your 2016-2017 chaplain, Allie Van Tilburg.
Your sentinel, Jacob Schultz.
Your reporter, Alexa Julius.
Reporter number 2, Ryan Vickery.
Your treasurer, Nick Beisman.
Your secretary, Jill Birkland.
Your vice president, Cody Van Honen.
Your 2016-2017 president, Colby Wagner. We'd like to remind the new officers that the position you receive should not define how hard you work as an officer. As this may be a very exciting time for each of you, I would like to remind you that the work starts now. You will be pushed to your limits, but if you stay true to the advice of Mr. Gottlieb and Mr. Fox, I promise you that you will have the best experience of your life. Thank you, officers, and good luck.